Running processes in the background. In Linux, whether you are working from the command line or the graphical user interface, you're working within a shell. So all commands that run are executed from within the shell. So even if they run from the graphical interface. When you execute a command, the shell waits until the command is completed before offering another command prompt. At times, you may want a process to run in the background rather than having to wait for it to complete in the terminal. For instance, say we want to work on a script in a text editor, and so have called our text editor, in this case our mousepad, by entering here mousepad, for example, new script here. As you can see here, we open it, but we cannot put any commands here. So in this case, the bash shell will open the mousepad text editor to create a new script here, as you can see here. So while we work in the text editor, the terminal is occupied with running the text editor. So if we return to the terminal, and we should see that it's running our text editor, and we have no new prompt, for example ls, like that, we have no new prompt to allow us to enter more commands. So we could of course open another terminal like that, and use this commands here like that, and but a better option to save resources and the screen real estate is to start a text editor running in the background. So running a process in the background simply means that it will continue to run without needing the terminal. In this way, the terminal is freed up for other jobs and duties. So to start a text editor in the background, just append an ampersand here. I will show you. So we deleted, closed our mousepad here. So now if we want to start a text editor in the background, just append an ampersand to the end of the command like that. For example, mousepad example text here, and add ampersand here and enter. So as you can see here, we can see our process ID is 3218, and now we can use commands here. So now the text editor opens here like that. The terminal returns a new command prompt, so we can enter other commands on our system while also editing our new script here, example text. So this is effective for any process that may run for a significant length of time when you want to use terminal. As a hacker, you will find this useful for running multiple terminals within multiple tasks to save resources and screen space. Moving process to the foreground. If you want to move a process running in the background to the foreground, you can use the fg command. So the fg command requires the process ID here, and of the process you want to return the foreground, as shown here. For example, 3218 here, job not found. So we will now find this my example text here. For example, ps aux here, and grep example here. This is the example text. So 3218 here. So if you don't know the here, this is the ps here, 300. As you can see here, like that. So now I want to show you the scheduling processes. So as a hacker here, both Linux system administrators and hackers often need to schedule processes to run at a particular time of day. So a system administrator might want to schedule a system backup to run every Saturday night at 2 a.m. For example, a hacker might want to set a script to run the perform reconnaissance on a regular basis, finding open ports or vulnerabilities. So in Linux, you can accomplish this in at least two ways, with add and cron. We have two commands to do that. So the add command is a daemon, a background process useful for scheduling a job to run once at some point in the future. The cron div is more suited for scheduling tasks to occur every day, every week, every month, and we will cover this in detail in later lectures. So we use the at daemon to schedule the execution of a program or command or set of commands in the future. So the syntax is simply the at command followed by the time to execute the process. The time argument can be provided in various formats. Here, for example, we can do like that. Let's open this. So this will be useful, and I will show how this works. So for example, at 7:12 p.m. For example, at 7:20 p.m. June 25. At actually, let's August 25. For example, at noon June, for example, or August 23. At tomorrow at now plus 20 minutes. At now plus 10 hours. At now plus 5 days. At now plus 3 weeks. And at 7:20 p.m. For example, 6 or for example September here, September's 19 in 2020 12 here, 2022 here. So this is scheduled to run at 7:20 p.m. on the current day. This is scheduled to run at 7:20 p.m. on August 25. This is scheduled to run noon. This is scheduled to run August 23. And tomorrow, and we can specify time as well. So when you enter the at daemon with the specified time, at goes into interactive mode and you are greeted with an at prompt. So let's try it. For example, at 7:46 at here. Yes, install it. Kali, my password. Yes. It may take some minutes. So it's actually 50 megabytes here. So it will download now. Here at so at 7:47, as you can see here, now is 46, and now we will use commands here. For example, root or for example ls. So then this code snippet will execute here. For example, cd here home, like that. So managing processes in Linux is a is a key skill for every Linux user and hacker. So you must be able to view, find, kill, prioritize, and schedule processes to manage your Linux instance optimally. A hacker often will need to find processes on the target, so they want to kill, such as the antivirus software or a firewall. So they will also need to manage multiple processes in an attack and prioritize them.